From the audience, please, on this side. Tommy J. Warren. Keep it going. I'm a grower, I'm a shower. Well, I'm a grower. Okay, so I'm all wrapped up. So the microphone just thought it was on a stripper pole. How's everyone doing tonight? Having a great time? I'm here to change that. I was watching The Contortionist. She's 17. If I was to try that, the only way I would try that is if the fire department and an ambulance was in that parking lot, because we would need it. I got a body, you can tell. I don't count calories. This body would give out, man, if I was to try that. If I was in that one position you were once, and that's because I fell down the stairs. Like, holy fuck. You're 17, enjoy it now. I'm 48. I drop things on the floor and I'm like, I don't need it. Mello was talking about going to the sex shop. I took my wife to the sex shop once, and we got to watch a girl argue with the sales girl because she wanted to buy the big red dildo on the wall. Looked at her and said, "Ma'am, that's a fire extinguisher." She looked right at me and said, "It'll fit." Now curiosity's got me. That fire extinguisher cost me $187. And it did fit. Whoa. I'm not going to tell you how I found out. The other day I was sitting at home and my phone rings, right? Who's received scam calls? Right? Everyone has, right? Did you fucking hate them? I got a call the other day. It was from some guy pretending to be a lawyer. No offense, sir. Might have been you. But I was told my grandmother was in Florida and she's gotten into some trouble. She's in jail and she needs $1,500 to bail out. And I was like, wow, you're talking to my grandma? He was like, yes, sir. She told me to call you. And I was like, well, tell her I love her, man. She's been dead 15 years. And then when he called back, I told my son it was Santa Claus and gave him the phone. Oh, I wish it was on speakerphone because my son will ramble like no tomorrow. Like me. So I do work a full-time job because comedy hasn't quite paid me enough to raise 7 kids. Yes, I do have 7 kids. My polo game sucks. So I had my annual review at work. So I've been working from home, and I don't log on as much as I should. So my boss asked me if I was doing drugs. So I looked at him and said, look, we both know what I make. So we both know I can't afford to have a drug problem. And he was like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, you plan on changing that? Double my salary? I'll do a couple lines of coke off a stripper's ass. I don't care. No offense, babe. Said that in front of my wife. She wasn't supposed to hear that. It's like the time my boss goes to me, he goes, you know, on our benefits, you get 3 massages a year. Then he asked if I wanted to go. My boss was going to take me for lunch for a rub and tug. So I said, no, I'm married and I don't cheat. So I went to the company bathroom and rubbed and tucked myself. So much relaxed with a clear mind, that post-nut clarity. Yeah. We've all done that. So we've all gone through the eclipse. Who enjoyed it? Woo! Right? I took all my kids out to her aunt's farm. She's got a 100-acre farm. We got lots of views and whatnot. But I realized something at the end of the eclipse. It is a lot like my sex life. There's a lot of hype. Everybody's talking about it. The event is over before you know it. And then it's just disappointment. Right, babe? She's not going to answer that one. So, but then she also knows. I give my wife an orgasm every time. Jermaine, you give your girlfriend an orgasm every time?
Either that or I pay for it.
That's right, right? And I strongly believe you got to give your partner an orgasm every time, whether they swallow or wipe it off, drips down, like whatever. You make sure you give them to one every time. So, my wife knows when I'm about to come because I do look like a stroke victim trying to whistle. She laughed. None of you all did. She's seen it. You guys don't want it. Trust me, you don't want to see this naked. That's why we have sex with the light off. But our light switch is on the outside of our bedroom. My kids are dicks. So they'll hear us in there. They'll walk by, flip the light on. Oh, yes. And that's me.
Wow.
So, sorry, I'm just writing through some new material here. You know, Jermaine,
Sir, yes, sir.
we're close in age.
Yes, we are, unfortunately.
Talk about how times has changed, right? You'll agree, right? We now live in a world where it's okay to eat ass, but don't double dip a chip.
Yes, sir.
See, back in my day, if you were on the schoolyard and you really wanted to piss off the guy you were insulting, you call him a butt licker.
That's right.
Now it's a fucking option on dating apps. Right? What the hell?
They'll eat ass but not drink whole milk.
That's right. This whole milk's not pasteurized. So today was a really nice day. Who got to go out today and enjoy some of that sunshine, right? I know you did. I woke up this morning and I wanted to be the G in lasagna.
Damn, sorry.
Completely useless. So I did. Although I remember to log on to my computer. Do you know they got those trackers on that so your boss, if you work remote, your boss can see you? My boss did one better. He's got a program on the computer to see if you got a program on there that'll slowly move the mouse. Right? So I just sat and put it down beside me while I watched porn all day using my elbow. He thought I was hard as fuck at work. I was. For the first 3.5 minutes. No, 3.5 minutes, that's a lot of credit. I could beat the toaster on low setting. I know, I've tried it. So, one thing I've recently started doing, who here likes to go garage sailing?
Yeah.
That woman threw her hand up so fast. I can barely see you, but I can tell you right now, you're white. Yes. Yeah. You know what I like buying at garage sales? Old VHS tapes. Especially the non-movie ones. Like the homemade ones. Especially if they got no labels on it. This guy's laughing because he knows. Do you know how much strangers porn I have? And do you know what the most awesome part is? When you stick it in and hit play, you know exactly where the guy climaxed. Because let's face it, after you're done watching porn, right? You guys on this, I know you will understand. When you're watching porn on the computer, right? You know, you're done. You stop it, clear your browser history, and try and wipe the shame off, right? With VHS back in the day, you didn't have that. If you didn't rewind, everybody knew where you stopped. And there are some people out there whose VHSs that I bought, they shouldn't. The one was like 13 seconds. The credits didn't even end. And the guy, whoever owned it was done. Now, mind you, it was a homemade porn. So about 13 seconds in, the guy was done. I looked so much younger back then. I did. So, we've recently gone through Easter. Who here follows the Christian religion? Okay.
He said online.
Online, right? Picture it. You are the head of this entire religion. What do we call the day the dude was crucified?
Good Friday.
Good Friday. Can you imagine? You have billions of followers, and you come back and you're like, today's the day I died. I was crucified for you guys. You guys all must be in mourning. It must be a horrible day. What do you call it? Good Friday. I really don't think he was as well liked as people want to make him believe. So, I do know after reading the Bible that his name was supposed to be Edward. That was until Mary stubbed her toe. Everybody in here knows exactly what I'm saying. You know, like I don't have a coffee table anymore because instead of banging my wife off of it, I was banging my friggin' baby toe. So, well, according to my phone, that's my time, guys. My name's Tommy J. Warren. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting live comedy. Let's hear it for Taps. Thank you very much for putting this on every week. Here's Levi.
How much people are on now?
Tommy J. Warren, everybody.
I think 2.
Goddamn.
Shut up.
You okay?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm having a great time. You guys, you know, this truly. Are you guys out? Sorry, I was about to just say how great you're doing and then you're leaving. I understand, though. You got places to be. You're a busy man. You get back to whatever you need to do, sir. And you get back there in style.